Okay, so that issue was just simple typos. So here we are. We go back to eject mocks, the controller subject, and we're actually mocking the service. Okay, so anyway, back to writing that test we were going to do. Um, so let's start by creating a to-do list item, and that's going to be the one that's going to be fed in. And then we'll call it the to-do item request, and then we'll create another one, to-do item response, which is one that's going to be returned when we actually make the service call. So let's do a, actually before, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, to-do item, to-do item request equals a new to-do item. And this is not going to work because we don't have a to-do item yet. So let's go ahead and create that guy so we can just get this thing compiling. So we'll create a class, to-do item, simple enough. We're going to annotate this as an entity. We will create an init ID. It will be a generated value, and we'll call it private long ID. And then we'll use some IDE magic to actually create some getters and setters. We're going to need those things. Select all, and OK. There we go. We'll save that guy off. We'll make sure these get imported. Java persistence and persistence. OK, those are saved. So now this thing, we can import this guy, and it's just going to work now. Now we can actually write a test. Okay, so we're going to create our to-do item request, and we'll also create one for our response. To-do item, it's going to be to-do item response equals a new to-do item. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, first of all, we're going to say that to-do item response dot set ID is going to equal 100L. And that's just going to be the new ID of 100. Okay, so what we're going to do is go bring out Mockito, and we're going to say when the to-do item service dot save to-do item request dot then return the to-do item response. And we'll notice right now it's not compilable again. We have an error. So let's go ahead and go into our interface here, and we'll go ahead and add that guy into that public to-do item save, and it's going to return a to-do item called to-do item. Well, I'm just going to take in a to-do item, but return one also. Okay. So now, when else that error went away, we can now import this guy, and we have our mock set. So now let's do an assertion. Assert that subject dot, let's call it create to-do list item. And let's call it to-do item. And it's going to take in to-do item request. We're going to we're going to check the ID on that guy, and we're going to see, make sure it equal to the to-do item response dot get ID. So basically what we're going to say is we're going to feed in a request. We're going to make sure it's coming back with what we're expecting. And let's not even do this because this is kind of a duh. So we'll do that, like 100. So once again, it's not compiling. So let's go into our controller, and we're going to go ahead and create that guy. So let's go add some annotations here. First of all, rest controller. And we'll map it up in a minute, but I just want to get this thing written first while I'm thinking about it. So public, Let me think. Okay, I'm going to map it up. Request mapping. We're going to give it an endpoint, and we're going to give it a default endpoint of value equals, and it's going to be /API /v1, version 1 of the API, so to do item. Okay, I always put versions in my APIs, that way when I have to do switch to version 2, it's really easy to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead, before we even write that, let's go ahead and do a request mapping in here as well. Request mapping value is going to equal nothing, we're going to use the default, but the method is going to equal request method dot post. And we'll say response body is going to be a to-do item. And we'll call it create to-do item. And the request body is going to be a to-do item as well. And it's going to be called to-do item. There's our function. It's not happy right now because we don't have a return statement. So let's return null just to get this thing compiling. Okay, it's happy. The test will be happy in a moment. Okay, so let's run this guy. I'm expecting it to fail because our actual code ain't doing anything. And it's failing. Perfect. Null pointer exception. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually code now a little bit to get this test passing. So what we're expecting it to do is take in the request, which we have, give a response, which we will do, but it's going to basically what's going to do is going to take that request and send it to the save, and that save is going to return the response. So with a little bit of code, we'll be able to accomplish that goal. So let me go back to the controller. Yeah, let's go delete that because it's useless. And we'll just simply return the to-do item service dot save to-do item. Now we're going to feed it into the service. It's going to save it, and it's going to return. It's going to take in the to-do item, and it's going to return a to-do item. My problem is at the moment we don't have a service, so we need to auto-wire, which means we're going to use dependency injection to get it available to us. That's auto-wired, excuse me. And we're going to do to-do item service to-do item service. Okay, it's compiling. Let's check our test now. And our test is passing. I think that's all the time I do have for tonight, but it's perfect. We have a controller working. We're taking data in. It's going to send it onto our service, and it's going to respond with something back. So next week we'll move on to the service layer. Hopefully we'll get to the repository layers as well. We'll see. So all right, thank you guys very much, and don't forget to hit that like button. Leave any comments with any suggestions or feedback for the future. And thank you.